Hi everyone, my name is Samantha Castillo and I'm very excited to be here today because today we're going to talk a little bit about technology-based tools for instruction. So as educators, we have definitely seen that within the past few years, technology and digital tools have been an integration into classroom settings. Not only have we seen its effectiveness for students and educators, but it has really provided a foundation for our educators to use and provide an equitable education for all our students. So, as an educator, I have definitely done my fair share of research and found the digital tools that I think are the most effective in a classroom setting. And in the next few slides, I'm going to show you how we can use these tools to strengthen and better our students' learning experiences. Okay, so we are going to start off with a Flipgrid. So Flipgrid is a tool where educators can create student groups and invite them by code. Not only are educators able to post different learning topics within the group, and this can fall in the criteria of a do now, a discussion post, and exit tickets, but students are able to express their ideas through a short video, text, or an audio message. So, of course, students can go the traditional way and just simply write out a text response. Of course, if that works for them, go for it. However, students also have the option to respond through a short video and an audio message. And this is very interactive for us, our students, because they're able to work with a response that really fits their learning preference style. And this falls under the UDL guidelines themselves because students are able to demonstrate their level of mastery of a skill or a topic in a way that is more equitable for them. Okay, and then of course, Flipgrid provides a learning and collaboration becomes engaging through different responses. So students are able to interact with one another and just basically feed off of each other's ideas and strengthen their learning experience. Okay, and now we're going to move on to Pear Deck, which is something that I absolutely love using with my classroom students and just delivering content. So, Pear Deck is an introduction to online and engaging content. So, what Pear Deck does is it uses Google Slides or PowerPoint to improve slides and strive for interaction. So, the cool thing about Pear Deck is it already has templates and layouts that are provided to our educators, and you can still deliver the information that you were normally going to deliver it on Google Slides, but instead provides a more creative approach to it, and it allows an integration of formative assessments on the actual Google Slides themselves. So, for instance, after maybe your third slide, you like to do a checkup on students to ensure that they're on task and they're following along and they're not lost. So then, what Pear Deck does, it allows you to create multiple choice questions or written responses where students can actually engage and interact, and these assignments can be used as formative evaluations. So it is definitely a great online tool. It promotes engagement, and students really like it because it's very fun, it's creative, and it just makes sure that they are on task throughout the whole slide. Okay, and now we're gonna move on to Kahoot. So Kahoot is definitely a fan favorite. I have seen it with our kiddos; they absolutely love it. And Kahoot is an online learning game, and it is perfect for early finishers. So not only does it boost student engagement through online games and learning, but it also allows our educators to create their own games, and they can create their own questions and answers. So, for instance, I've used Kahoot in such cases where I know the kids are going to have a quiz coming up on Friday and I want them to study. I will create a game where the questions are similar to what's going to be asked on the test and they are able to study off of it, and the students will respond on their own laptops and we get to see who's in first place, who's in second. And the students love it. It's very fun, it's engaging, and they're using it as a study tool. So, it's really fun. I absolutely love it. And I really like that I have the ability to create, host, and share the game with other educators. Okay, and then from Kahoot, I really like the tool Quill. So Quill, I've seen it used more in an English classroom setting or ELD or reading comprehension, because it is an interactive tool that strengthens reading and writing. So not only does it provide free literacy activities for all ages and grades, but it also challenges students with their grammar. Students not only learn to avoid writing fragments and instead compose well-structured sentences, but what I really, really like about Quill is that it provides instant and custom feedback to our students. So, as educators, our goal is to better their writing, better their learning experience. And what better than Quill actually providing that assistance to the educators and the students. So it's going to provide that unique feedback that the students need, and it's instant, and it'll ensure that it improves clarity and precision of the sentences that the students are writing. So I definitely enjoy it. Students really do appreciate it, and I have seen really great success of this integration of this tool. Okay, and then we're going to move on to Khan Academy. So I've seen Khan Academy be used more in a math classroom setting, but after doing more research, I've noticed that it could also be used for English as well. So not only does it personalize learning, but students work at their own pace. So what Khan Academy does is as soon as the student creates their own login and account, it's going to give them this assessment test. And this test is going to give them like different questions, and at the conclusion of it, it's going to determine what level the student is at. From there, it's going to generate like different practice questions, and they're just going, it's basically the goal is to just get them better at whatever that they are like scoring low on. And it's specifically for math and English, and it's completely free, and it really does improve their skills. And what I really like about Khan Academy that is that a lot of high school students have used it to prepare for AP and SAT state exams. And as we know, tutoring and preparation for these exams can be very, very costly. So the great thing about this is that it's free and it does demonstrate in success. And at conclusion of this, educators can use scores to identify gaps in student understanding. So Khan Academy will provide educators with the data of their students of where they're at, and this is great because educators can then modify their lesson plans to fit the overall student need. Okay, and then now we're going to transition to Common Lit. Common Lit is actually one of my favorite online tools to use, specifically in an English class, because it is a comprehensive literacy program. So not only does it provide reading lessons that are seen in an ELA curriculum, but it also provides benchmark assessments. And from there, educators can use the data collected from assessments to modify lesson plans. So Common Lit is something that I really like because, again, it does fall under UDL guidelines, and it provides an equitable education for all students because, um, yes, a student can just read normally how they would, or it also provides text to speech, translation, and digital note taking, which is great for our ELD learners, for our students whose first language is not English, and it'll definitely strengthen those reading and comprehension skills. Okay, and then last but not least, of course, Canva. It's actually the tool that I'm using right now, and I absolutely love Canva because it is, again, an online and free graphic design tool. So, yes, our educators and our students can create social media posts or flyers on it, but at the same time, it is a great promotion for the creation of social media posts, presentations, posters, and videos. So I'm creating a presentation right now. I use a template that was already pre-made by other users, and the cool thing about it is I am recording an audio ahead of time so that when I present it, it is already done. It's very easy to use, and I find it very effective. And the really cool thing about it is it just really brings creativity and color to presentations and just makes them more fun and engaging. Okay, and now that we have reviewed the top 10 digital tools that I think are best and most effective in a classroom setting, we're going to move on and talk a little bit about the IST standards for educators and students, and how these tools fall under that criteria. So, in terms of the IST educator standards, Common Lit falls under 2.2 liter, which is 2.2 point V, sorry about that, because it advocates for equitable access to educational technology, digital content, and learning opportunities to meet the diverse needs of all students. Again, Common Lit provides text to speech, it provides translation, which is equitable for all of our students using that online tool. Um, and then next, Flipgrid. So Flipgrid falls under 2.3 Citizen, 2.3 point A, because it provides and creates experiences for learners to make positive, socially responsive contributions and exhibit empathetic behavior online that builds relationships and community. Because Flipgrid is a modern perspective to discussion posts where students can respond using an audio or a video, it promotes engagement, and students are able to build off one another and learn from other peers. So that is why Flipgrid is under that criteria. And then transitioning to the IST student standards, Khan Academy falls under 1.3 Knowledge Constructor. And this is because students critically curate a variety of resources using digital tools to construct knowledge, produce creative artifacts, and make meaningful learning experiences for themselves and others. Again, Khan Academy has that assessments and it just allows them to build on the skills that they already have to strengthen their learning and eventually use that in real life experiences. And then Kahoot is that 1.7 global collaborator because students use digital tools to broaden their perspectives and enrich their learning by collaborating with others and working effectively in teams, locally and globally. As I mentioned, Kahoot it's a study tool. They can use it within that classroom setting and learn within their peers, but at the same time, they can learn with other students from all across the world. So they're able to collaborate, they're able to learn, and it's just a great enrichment for their learning experience. Okay, and I think that really does conclude our presentations about digital tools and how they can be used in classroom settings and how they are really a great tool for both educators and students. So, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. But other than that, thank you so much for being here and hearing my presentation. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and you're going to take something from this and use it in your classroom settings. Thank you.